Stadium just outside of Buffalo in Orchard Park, New York. Today, a fun matchup in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Buffalo Bills. Leading the Saints, that is head coach Kellen Moore. His side has alternated losses and wins across the first 3 weeks of this season. Facing off with him, it is Sean McDermott, head coach of the Bills. These guys more than motivated for this contest, ready to take the field here at home. On the booth alongside Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and we're just about set to get this one started. And we're off and running from Western New York. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. And at the helm, won his second comeback player of the year award last year with a career-best season. Now in year 6 here in the NFL, it's Joe Burrow.
Their loss last week, it really isn't on him. He had a great game. He checked off a lot of the boxes they had for him in the game plan going in, especially the one at the top, Kate, getting into the end zone. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He does that again here. They should be winners.
Once again, Patterson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Burrow. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, Sam headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's a cherry on top.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. They're led out by the former first-round pick in 2017 from Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end. Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
He just descended upon quickly and dropped after a 7-yard gain. It was Andre Cisco who held him down there. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Watson. Puts a mirror on there, deep down the left. Ooh, and almost an opening drive pick, but he couldn't hang on. He dropped it, so the potential turnover winds up on the ground. Does though bring up 4th down. The Bills with a punt team out there. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. This New Orleans offense readied up for its 2nd drive of the contest. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a 2nd time. 1st down, Burrow to throw. Gets this one to Cordell Patterson. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Gives to Patterson out of the shotgun. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. On 3rd down, here's Burrow. it deep left. He's got it inside the 10. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Shotgun handoff for Patterson. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Looking to throw, Burrow. Setting up the screen. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not quit.
And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints go up 6-0 here in the first. Joe Burrow with the touchdown.
Okay, we talked to enough coaches over the years, and find me a good red zone offense, and typically you'll find me a good, creative quarterback, one that can stand to play, use his legs as effectively as he can his arm.
Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. This makes it up to the 25. So Coach Sean McDermott sending his Bills offense back to the field. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. Now Watson on the play fake. He's keeping it. He's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
That's good for a Bills first down.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
10 at the 38-yard line.
Watson on 1st and 10. Throw wheeled in by Higbee. They won't find much there as it reaches the 41. Jordan Poyer up from the secondary to make that stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the
Here's 2nd and 7. Quick slant into the hands of Golden. And he'll get this up to his own 44. Juan Thornhill getting there for the stop.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd and short. It's Watson. And the Saints came marching home and they dropped it. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the 10.
This guy, Kate, he can create. He really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. They contained him so well when he was clearly looking to generate something with his legs.
Ryan Rico on to punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. I guess he didn't really quite know his own strength there. That kick cleared the end zone entirely. It's going to be a touchback. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Completed over the middle. And he hits him for a gain of 6. He's up to the 26. Now a moment to check out his numbers catching that football last week.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Play action here. Burrow dumped off to his running back. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. on the play. And the Saints are going to have a first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. That's complete. David Njoku. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard. At their 49-yard line.
Cut by Collins on the slant. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
A gain of 7. First down, Saints.
For the year again, it's Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. Offense set for a first and 10. Patterson trying this straight ahead. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on a big play down to the 19. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, New Orleans.
Right back to Patterson now. Quick adjustment defensively to stop him this time, so no gain on first down.
Hey, that's a run that's home on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Finds him over the middle. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
First and goal, New Orleans.
On the handoff, Patterson. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's second and goal.
Pick up with 2. Brings up
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints pull out in front further, 13-zip. Nico Collins with a touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short slant near the goal line.
Bills, nothing.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Jukes one defender. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
They start on the ground with Gibbs. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
No gain.
Nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10.
At the 26-yard line.
They will not get another play off. We're at the end of one. It's the Saints setting the pace so far. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They start out second and 10. From the gun, Watson. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. So now here's third and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third.
Out of the gun, here's Watson. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field, Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
Burrow now on first down. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion or a premium in this league.
A gain of 4. And it's third down.
They'll throw on third and long. He's got it. Complete to Collins. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
First down, Saints.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Sticking in the air, it's Burrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch. But then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way. This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And the defender comes away with it. Jarius Sneed with the INT.
That's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. They're coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Watson now off play action. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. We got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them. Watson working in the pistol. He completes it in traffic. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down.
A gain of 7 brings up second down at the 17-yard line.
Working from the gun, Watson. He's running with it. And into this line he goes after a gain of close to 5 block. That will bring up third down.
A gain of 5 brings up third and 8.
Here's Watson to the air. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Couldn't connect to a takedown. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
This work begins at the 31. And it ends up a good return for them, up past their own 40. New Orleans back on offense and ready to go now. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. They'll start the drive with Eckler. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
His goal is pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward, and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Here's 2nd and 11. Down the field, he's got Lamb. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a 20-zip lead. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Saints stretch their lead to 21. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Bills offense all set for their next drive. And things are really getting away from them, so an important moment here to try and get a sustained possession going. First call here coming from the shotgun. Play action, it's Watson. Now he takes it. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. First and 10, he keeps it on the option. Makes a cut to the right sideline. Watson slides to the ground, enough to earn them a new set of downs.
A gain of 15 yards. That's another Bills first down. First and 10 at the 41.
First and 10 from the 41. Enough to Gibbs from the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
He keeps it and takes off. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
That's another Buffalo Bills. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Throwing is Watson. Short pass brought in. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They're now set for first and 10.
That's another Bills first down.
From the red zone now. Able to find Hawkinson. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
To throw, here's Watson. Same guy, here's Hawkinson again. This is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with first and goal.
It's a gain of 8. And the Bills.
Back to the air, Watson. Screen here for Gibbs. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
To Jahmyr Gibbs.
It's 2nd and goal.
A 4-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Gibbs will not score, and it's not going to get back to the line either. I think he lost close to 3 on that play.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Now from back at the 4, here's 3rd and goal. Watson to throw it. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now they're left with 4th and goal. Andres Borregales out now to attempt this field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash.
A 21-yard attempt.
Borregales connects. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
On the return, here comes Justice Hill. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Saints and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. Burrow setting the throw. Gets this to Woods. And he'll work this one up to the 28. That play made by Jacob Parrish.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28.
Here's 2nd and 7. Gets it to him on the screen. Takes out a 1-stop. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it.
Justice Hill. A gain of 13 yards. And the Saints.
Burrow on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. No one around. He's got space. And finally, they're able to stop this play from getting any more yards. It's a gain of 29 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. To throw again, it's Burrow. Finds him over the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down.
Gonna toss it to Eckler. He surges ahead for 5. Make it 2nd down. The Bills are gonna go ahead and call their 1st timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 10-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Quick slant complete. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a 1st and goal. Buffalo calls it 2nd timeout of the half. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. Burrow from the gun. And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints boat racing them to the halftime locker room. David Njoku, the touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play. You just exposed them.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints grow their lead yet again. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Escapes a defender. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Bills set to take over offensively. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Gun, here's Watson. Left side into the hands of Dell. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Here's 2nd and 5. He takes it himself. He's going to wisely get into the slide. Manages to avoid any sort of contact, but he did start it a little bit shy of what they needed for that 1st down. Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out.
Ball start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jar it loose, incomplete.
You never ever use offense like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
So as they face 4th down, on comes Ryan Rico to kick it. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining. They send him left out of the slot. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. The right side hauled in by Collins. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd.
One final shot before the half. Again, he connects with Collins. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. So a one-sided contest as we reach the break here. Let's head over to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Thank you, Scott. Great work there. We, on the other hand, didn't have a great first half. Just hoping things get a little bit closer this time around as we get set for quarter number 3. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now here's the Bills offense. They've got it first to begin the third. This has become must-score territory now every time out as they trail by a full 4 possessions in this second half. Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. First and 10. From the gun, Watson. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And now they face second down.
Cisco on the coverage.
Back to the air, Watson. Downfield, he's got Hawkinson. Headed right through the middle of the field. And they're going to have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
You know, Kim, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he scores! It's a Buffalo touchdown! The Bills cutting to the lead coming out of halftime. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Going after it is good by Borgalis. And the Bills make it an 18-point game. The Bills kickoff team out there now as they'll send this away. Patterson now to return it. This makes it up to the 25. The Saints and wide receiver Nico Collins ready to go once again. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has it with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. Burrow now on first down. Out left, Lamb makes the grab. And he'll work this one up to the 28. Kyle Duggar hauling him down. Second down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
This is Patterson on the give. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too. Bills crowding the passing lanes. They've got a dive look here on third down. No motion to Lamb right. On third down, here's Burrow. Lofts it deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
The Saints can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. David Njoku, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy. You
know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Juke the defender. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. 1st and 10. It's Watson. And he'll go down. The Saints make the play. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Take a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't go backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. Had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
In a real troublesome spot here, Brock. That sack has him set up 2nd down and 21. Trying again, following the sack. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB. They gave him just enough room to run.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Saints and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. 1st down, Burrow to throw. Cut by Collins on the slant. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
And the Saints, 1st down.
Now Eckler, toss left side. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
1st down, New Orleans.
Up the middle, here goes Patterson. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23.
They send the tight end in motion left. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Called in by Njoku, left side. Nothing doing on 2nd. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer.
Tackled back at the 30.
Every once in a while, sure, a pass, it can go for a negative yard. But lose that much, I promise you, that call will never come up on the call sheet again.
And the Bills bringing out an extra defensive back. 3rd down coming up. On the gun on 3rd down, it's Burrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Intended target there was David Njoku. And that brings up 4th and long. Out is Jake Bates, ready to try to knock this through. This one from 47 yards away. Bates' kick is up and good. And that gives them a 28-point advantage.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead.
Taken down back at the 18-yard line.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Here's Watson to the air. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 12.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
tough slog for them to keep up at any point in this game. And failing to convert on that third down, yet another symptom of the overall illness of the day.
And it ends up a good return for them, up past their own 40. The New Orleans offense set to go now. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Burrow on the play action. Got a man. Patterson has it. And he's going to be hit. Sent out after about a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards there. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
At the 46-yard line.
In play action here. Burrow. Rolling into enemy territory. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. This is Patterson. And he's down to almost... Oh, no. Actually going to give him the 30 here. 12 yards on that play and a good call. That's up the 1st.
First down, Saints.
Tight end motioning right. On 1st down, here's Eckler. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
Well, one defender failed. Well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
30-yard line.
2nd and 10 now. That one's cut along the left sideline. He's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. From the red zone now. He finds Aguilar. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach the 2nd down.
And at the Bills' 11-yard line.
On the carry, it's Patterson. Looks like he gained about 3 yards. It's also going to bring up 3rd down.
The tackle by Logan Wilson. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. He brings it in. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints piling onto the scoreboard yet again. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock, he sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity, certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Point after up and good from Bates. And the Saints continue piling on to this lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. And they're going to need to play for pride or for something to build on for next week, Brock, because this game seems out of reach, even though we've got a full quarter still to go. And the Saints came marching home, and they dropped it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks. Well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
Following the sack needs some positive yards here. It is 2nd down and 18. Another try following the sack. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe block as he set out. So the ball on midfield stripe now after that big play. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Watson. Go right side, Dell has it. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. All right, set now, 1st and 10.
That's another Bills. First down.
Working from the gun, Watson. Throw right side is caught by Robinson. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 30.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's the Bills football, Brock, but any efforts may be futile facing that deficit. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Watson, quick pass wide. He's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10.
Bills. First down.
Sticking to the air with Watson. Steps up and he's running with it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's another Buffalo Bills.
Working inside the red zone. And he'll go down. The Saints make the play. And it's step 1 towards the goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. 2nd and goal coming up.
All right, up to the point of the game, Kate. Now we got to get the ball out of our hands. He is just taking a beating all game long. And on this drive, yet again, find a way to protect, find a way to run, and get the ball out of his hands.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Watson has it, 3rd and goal. And he scores. It's a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills putting up points in a game decided. Deshaun Watson with the touchdown.
We know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with the brains, the processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down. And he just put on a show.
Roy Gallis tacks on the extra point. And the Bills cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points. The Bills kickoff team out there now as they'll send this away. Patterson now to return it. This makes it up to the 25. The Saints and C.D. Lamb headed back out on offense. And I think by this point we can all agree, Brock, that he is not going to be stopped until the clock stops at the end of this game. He just continues to make catches count in this 2nd half. Shotgun handoff for Patterson. He powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
This is Eckler on 2nd. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it as they take him down for a loss.
Xavier McKinney.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
Loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Burrow out of the shotgun. That's him on the quick hitter. And they don't get much out of this pass. He's hauled down a little shy of that first. It's 4th down now.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Bills and quarterback Deshaun Watson gearing up for their next series. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. And you may as well call him a constant headache that this defense has had to deal with all game long. Winning into a crowd and intercepted. And the Saints are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
The Saints and CD Lamb headed back out on offense. And they don't need anything out of this drive right now, Brock. That lead's already been built as we look to the scoreboard, but like architects, they might want to see just how high they can take it.
And we're going to know here in just a second on how they attack these opening plays. Do they opt to take it easy, play conservative, or just keep stepping on that gas?
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts, with a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. The give to Patterson out of the shotgun. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for its tackle flaws.
That is Jake Bates ready to try to knock this through. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Bates' kick is up and good. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach, because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Return coming from the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Bills offense all set for their next drive. And scoring hasn't been the issue for them, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
1st and 10. It's Watson. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he gives himself up after a short gain.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact. Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for a thinking interception to be had, and incompletion is still pretty good for the defense.
He'll make a bid for it on the ground. He's going to be stopped right around the 37. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
On 1st down, it's Gibbs. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
He was brought down by Andre Cisco. It's a pickup at 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 48.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Intended for
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
From the gun, Watson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson, and that'll bring up 4th down. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And it's incomplete. They titled up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen on the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. It sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Patterson trying this straight ahead. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
Saints, 1st down.
Once again, Patterson Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 27-yard line.
Burrow to the air now. It's dropped underneath tackle. And he gets this forward to the 19. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's
They're going to have the fullback try and power for it. And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one. And the effort brings up 4th down. The lead looks safe, but the Penguins staying down. They're going for this. Again, give to him. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I think sometimes you hear 4th and 2 and it sounds like it's short. But what if I said 4th and 6 feet? That's a little bit more, and it takes a surge just like that to get it done.
And off now to Eckler. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Saints nearing their 2nd win of the campaign. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Running with Eckler again. Jukes one defender. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're in 1st and goal. Trying to run in, Eckler. So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone.
And goal at the 5-yard line.
Trying again with Eckler. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Saints are running them out of the building. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints tack on 7 more to their lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Bills set to take over offensively. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. The Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Out of bounds at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Bills first down.
First carry now is his Bashal Tutu. He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
That's another Bills first down.
Here he goes, one final shot. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. So this a win on the road for the Saints. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, Hill? What hill?
And you know what? I think that happened over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. And this offense certainly was today.
So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from Buffalo.